Welcome to Living in Beauty. Woohoo! It's Friday, January 2016. Happy weekend. I just might need some vocal assistance on the title of this post. Here we go. That was Hervé Jean-Pierre Villechaize from Fantasy Island. The best part of adventure is the anticipation. Any chance to look up from our packing, prepping, and house-selling activities brings on butterflies. We feel like a couple of kids, babes in the woods. But the details keep us grounded, so we press on. We sent Beauty off to Rick's RV for a spa week. No major worries, just some proactive deep tissue maintenance. She emerged today with new brakes, drums, magnets, and bearings. And since she's pushing 15 years old, they installed new gray and black water tank valves. Yeah. Taking Beauty back to the storage lot and driving away feels like abandonment, but we leave her in good hands. The KOA, located on the Chula Vista side of the Sweetwater River, is my old stomping grounds. Fresh from Seattle, Washington, my parents settled us in the KOA during summer of '71 while they went house hunting. The other side of the river is National City, where Jim's friend Scott introduced us to each other on 16th Street. The Chula Vista KOA is one of those full-circle things, a landmark for my life in California. Transplanted Navy brats like us are an untracked dynamic of the San Diego census. We land here with world travels under our belt, go to high school, and when the parents deploy, transfer, or retire to their state of origin, we stick around, especially back in the 60s and 70s when California residents qualified for free college tuition. Moving so often in my youth, I never developed a sense of place, only a list of destinations. My place of origin is Alabama, but relocated as an infant to another state. So I can't honestly call Alabama home. I've never lived in Mississippi, but I call it home because my folks live there. I also call Italy home because I stayed long enough to remember living there. It's only proper to answer the question, "Where are you from?" in one or two words. So I never intrude on others and, when personally addressed, skillfully divert the conversation. But life on the road virtually begs the question, so I am practicing. When asked, "Where do you call home?" I will make reference to Beauty, as she embodies everything I have ever known as home, a list of destinations. And when asked where I'm from, I will say, I'm from Coronado, California, a suburb of San Diego. But, like Beauty, Coronado is so much more. Most locals call it the island. Realtors seem to favor the crown jewel of San Diego. And tour guides flaunt Emerald City because of Coronado's connection to L. Frank Baum. Here, a $1 million home can be an 850-square-foot shotgun shack erected 120 years ago to summer the families of New York City children and their nannies. But not all of the homes here are so tiny. Nado, more insider slang, is known for its period architecture. Victorian, craftsman, and contemporary beach homes priced between $2 and $20 million are empty most of the time. Occupied barely long enough to keep the owner's exclusive Hotel del Coronado Club memberships warm. But we, the true insiders of the Coronado ghetto elite, the shabby chic, alley rat, year-round hoods we run with, find a modest 2-bedroom, 1-bath slips us nicely between the sheets of what any sane person would recognize as the most exclusive, charming, and historic beach community in SoCal, even though some older residents bemoan tourism as an encroachment on our tiny village. But as I consider myself a perpetual newcomer, encroachment isn't on my radar. And besides, what would we do without zonies letting us know summer is upon us? When the first heat wave hits Arizona, the curious desert dwellers burst from their air-conditioned mini mansions and dash before their couture sandals can melt on pavements into their Mercedes SUVs, where they will sip contentedly through a 6-pack of tiny iced coffee drinks on a gripping and grueling 8 hours westerly commute of hellishly hot interstate toward the luxurious reward of cool Baja breezes from the expansive Pacific. You can always spot a Zoni by their tanned, leathery skin and indoor mall fragrance. In January, Zoni's long departed with the Labor Day festivities. Our more elegant northern cousins fly in. Canadians alight upon the sands, unfurling near-naked limbs, fluffy and white, confirming to shivering locals, leaning into the harsh below-70 conditions in beach parkas and full wetsuits, that winter has indeed arrived. Gated? Why, of course. And the security firm would be the fully armed and loaded United States Pacific Fleet, thank you very much. The very institution that brought Jim and me to this island, the island where my sister Deborah was born, when Daddy was assigned to work with experimental aircraft called helicopters, and where Jim's father recovered from wounds he incurred during World War II, then later retired to a civilian job on North Island, just 4 blocks away from this very house. Other than an itinerant musician and a few people on witness protection, most of our neighbors washed up here, ex-military, dependents, or retired. There's no downside to living in Coronado. It's a dog-friendly, cycling, kayaking, walking-friendly community. And the village boasts one of the best microbreweries in San Diego, Coronado Brewing Company. Jim's already experiencing severe separation anxiety from its beneficent taps. So, why are we leaving? We don't know. Better to ask, why stay? Why not stay and experience what we well know is a perfectly lovely existence till the end of our days? Or should we pluck the fruit before it falls? Set out and discover places we may otherwise never experience for ourselves. In the ancient story of the garden, angels brandished flaming swords to prevent the man and woman, Adam and Eve, from ever turning back toward home. For me and Jim, those fiery obstructions are steadily increasing property values in paradise. So the answer to the why leave question is, it's time. Like our dads who departed Dixie, because staying probably felt like surrender. We still have enough youth in us to launch out, to see more, do more, live more. Maybe it is foolish to think that you can truly extract yourself from a place you've lived for over 20 years. Leaving family and friends, perhaps it would be prudent to leave a trail of breadcrumbs. Will we drive away and live happily ever after, or will we feel the pull of the leash and return to Coronado? All I can say is, we avoid making long-term plans because other powers like mortality do that for us. But soon, we will drive the beast over the bridge 7 miles to the KOA, hitch up, and go live in beauty. Because like the gal in the ruby slippers says, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Thank you so much for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you haven't already done so, please click the follow button at the bottom of the page. Well, that about wraps up the week. But first, thanks Zach at the Coronado Golf Course Restaurant for the cool information on the Ram truck. Also thanks Eric at Rick's RV for the bang-up job on the brakes, and John at Feral Gas for certifying our LP tanks and making them safe for us to use. Also thanks to our Airstreaming neighbors, Linda and Greg, for the warning about leaving the door open when the furnace is on. Yikes, almost did that.